Hello all, good morning, good evening. So in our last class, we discussed about control flow. This is more of, you have heard of for loop, do while loop, switch cases, and how to do and perform while and do while. All those we have covered. So they are actually helping us to make some decisions and can perform the actions we can do with the help of these. Just a second. So we are left with two more topics which we left in our last session, which is break and continue. So we are going to cover that first, then we will move further for our topics like constructor and oops concepts. So let me start with the break concept, which also comes under your control flow only. So I'm creating a class. I'm hoping you already know how to create a class. I am on this package in this project. I right clicked on this, went to new, then clicked on a class option. So this will come up and show me that what name you want to give it to. So let's say I want to say test break concepts, and I will be adding the main uh, from here, main method from here. So this is required in every Java code you are going to write. You are going to add a main method, which will be covering all of your execution. And outside of this, and within the class, whatever you write is more of a declaration. So if you want to execute something, you have to bring in that particular piece of code within this by calling it via creating an object, or if it is static. So that is a different topic separately we are going to cover. So basically you have to bring them over here, then only those will be executed. Coming to what exactly breaks do. So let's talk about the purpose first. So let's say we have 1,000 words, or I would say data. I have 1,000 students, all my past students, let's say, and I want to identify one of the student. Is there that person available in the list or not? And as soon as I identify that person, maybe that person is on my Excel sheet, and that person is placed on 200th row number on an Excel. So how I want to iterate on my particular Excel is I want to perform, let's say, a for loop or a while loop, the way we have seen before. But I don't want to iterate over all the 1,000 records or the all 1,000 rows. I just want to go in that approach that as soon as I find, let's say, Rahul, and I would also be adding few more conditions with it, so that maybe Rahul is a common name. There could be other Rahul as well. So I might add the last name as well, or maybe a combination of something else too. So as soon as I found the name at 200th position. So over there, let me try if I can show you over here, or I have to go to the Excel only. Just a second. So let's say these are my student names. Hemant, Mercy, and Anna, XYZ, then Rahul, then XY. These are the names. Okay. And there could be 1,000 records. Okay. So what I am looking for, I want to see if I have Rahul in my all the records, and I want to get exit out of the whole loop when I'm iterating, like whether my Rahul is equal to Hemant. No, I will move to the next row. If Mercy is equal to Rahul, no, I will move to the next row. So this way, as soon as I find Rahul on line number 6 or the row number 6, I don't want to iterate the next set of items in the list. I just want to come out of the loop so that I can save my time, and whatever I was looking for, whatever item I was looking for, I got it and I want to come out of it. So that is where your break is going to bring up solve your purpose. So let's see how we can write it. So it will immediately exits the loop. So a loop could be for loop or of your while loop we discussed yesterday, I mean in the last session, and it will continue execution from the statement after the loop. So whatever you are writing after the loop, that is going to execute from the next time. Okay. So let's see with an example that will help us to understand what exactly I'm saying. So let's talk about a for loop first. So I'm going to start a for loop, and I have explained you the how to write it. The very first set in the for loop is initialization, then your condition check, then your increment or decrement. So if you're starting from first to end this way, top to down, then you will be doing plus plus in this. You are going to follow the increment part. And let's say you are starting from the down to top, maybe 100th record to 1th record. So this way. So in that case, you are going to use minus minus. Fayaz, can you please mute yourself? Okay, so let's write int I equal to 1. So I'm starting from 1 and I want to reach to, let's say, 10. So I'm taking a simple example just to make you explain how it is going to work. Then a I plus plus. So this is how my three items of my for loops looks like. This is I'm initializing one I named variable with the 1 as the value, and my data type is integer. It can be short as well or byte as well because we have just a single number. Then we are putting a condition that I want to take up to this number up till 10. So how can I take this number up to 10 with the help of this iterator, which actually means when I say I plus plus, this means I plus 1. So it will keep on iterating, adding 1 to this I value, and it will reach to a point where your 11 will reach over here, and 11 is less than equal to 10. As soon as this condition get false, then your body will not be executed. The for loop body is not going to execute, and it will come out of that loop. So that is where this all three items are required, and we have seen that in my previous session. So you can have a look at it again. So within this, if you want to, let's say, break at a particular location, you already know I want to stop at 6. So you can put a if condition, I equal to 6. So this is how you compare equal to equal to. So you're comparing one number equal to one number, and in that you are going to put a break like this, break with a semicolon. So this is the kind of break you put on when you're driving a car. As soon as you hit on brake, your car will stop. Same way, as soon as you hit on brake, your execution of the for loop is going to stop, and it will come out of this loop line number up till 17, and it will jump to the line number 18 if something is there to perform. So on line number 18, I'm going to add, first of all, this is what I want to print. I want to print all the values. So I have to place it inside, sorry, inside the for loop, but outside of the if. And as soon as it is done, then I will be adding one more statement, which is not a part of a for loop. So you can check with by doing this double click over here. As soon as you do a double click over here, you will find what is the range of this for loop. So my for loop is starting from line number 12 and ending at line number 18. And after that, let's say I want to add ending the loop. So this is a message I am giving. So this is how you are trying to control your for loop and want to stop at a particular location. So you identified that I want to stop at number 6. You can do that. And rest of the execution or iteration, I would say, is not going to process. So let's see how it works. Right click, run as Java application. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As soon as it became 6, so when my I became 6 with the help of this iterator, so this became 6 equal to 6. So this break has been executed and it will come out of the loop. And then what is there outside of the for loop? There is a message saying ending the loop, and that you can see in the last. So this is how you are putting a break and you are saving the time when you already know that this is where I want to reach to. So you can do the same thing with your this as well, student names as well. So instead of, so this is your assignment I will be giving you separately. So what you have to do, you just be changing few things. Instead of writing int, you are going to do the same thing. But yeah, so you are going to take, that will be an array, sorry. So we have not done array, so we can leave that point. You can go with this only as of now. When we will reach to array topic, then it will be a good piece of code to perform. So as of now, we can skip. But I think you understood the example that I am looking for a value called Rahul. And as soon as I want and identified this value, I don't want to iterate over these rows. And I want to skip them. I don't want to waste time on them. And this is how we can write the code. So this is specifically for integer, but you can use other type of data types as well, other examples as well. But this is a good one to see how actually break works. So now we are going to see the same thing in a while loop. So this is your for loop. I'm as of now commenting it. So same thing I'm going to perform with the while loop as well. So it is possible with both of them. So for this, I'm writing int count. I'm taking a variable called as count as 0. Then you are going to put a while condition. I'm writing it quickly because we have already done for loop and while loop. And in this, we actually put a condition here. So this is again your initialization if you want to split initialization. So you're initializing a value to a variable called as count, and that is having a data type called as integer. Okay. Then you have a while condition, and within that, over here, you are going to provide a condition within this bracket. And that condition will result you a true or false. And we guys are actually looking for a false statement to make it come outside of the loop. So this is how you can do. You can put a condition. Let's say I want to check whether my count is less than 10. Okay. And within this, I'm going to put a if condition like the way I've added over here. So if my count is equal to 7. So what I want to do, I want to break the loop and I want to come out of the while loop. So in this while loop itself, you are going to add a message of the count, and you have to do this piece as well, increment. So that you are going to place it over here, count plus plus. You might get confused while you guys, if you're a beginner, you are trying for the first time, you might get confused that where to write this particular increment, whether should I write within the while or outside of the while. You might face some issues. So you have to put this count plus plus or whichever variable you have taken within this while loop, but obviously outside of any condition if you have placed. Okay. And this initialization will be outside. So if you just compare a for and while, that this will look similar. The body of them, the syntax of them looks similar. But I have explained you that where to use for. For is the place where you know the total size of something. Like you know there are only 10 records in a file which I am looking for and targeting to. Versus if I'm just looking for Rahul or Hemant in the list, So I will be going with the while loop. That will looks more suitable for me. So I don't care about the size, but at what iteration I want to stop at. Okay, so this was more centric to integer, but you will also find some specific string type items and examples, which will you will see associated with the while loop. Okay, so let's run this. So you have to right click over here, run as Java application, or if you are doing it for the second time, let's say first you try with this approach. When you are trying to run it second time, you can use this green button, or you can run it from here as well. You can right click over here, run as and Java application like this. So now you can see, looking at what we have written over here and what is the result. So my counting is starting from 0, count equal to 0, and I want to take it up to 9 because 10, when I reach to 10, so 10 will be less than 10, that will becomes false. And as I said, I am looking for a false statement only to make things out, bring out of the loop. So till 9, it will be positive. So my 0 will reach up to 9 only, but we have added a break in it. So as soon as my count value became 7, this break is going to get activated and it will come out of the loop. So let me do I here. Sorry, count. Okay, so this is how, similar to how we did in for loop, it is going to work the same way. So break is some very important item where you will be adding where you want to come out of the loop. Otherwise, if you don't add it, there are chances you might not be coming and it will become an infinite loop. So if you just come see this switch case, this break statement is very much important in it. If you remove break, then all the cases in between where break is not there, all of them are going to execute. So if I remove this break, my Chrome and my Firefox, both the condition are going to work, irrespective whatever value you are putting over here. It doesn't matter. Break is something, it is going to make you out of the loop as soon as the value of the browser or whatever you are looking for is going to match. So it is going to match for the first time itself. Let me show you what I was showing you yesterday as well. So you can see both the conditions or the prints have been came over here. So we were looking for Chrome item only, but we have got result of Firefox 2 because we have not put in a break here. If I run it again, now you will see only Chrome results. So this is the beauty of your break and which is very much important. So now it's time to talk about the continue. Continue is something, if somebody wants to guess, can somebody tell? This is sometimes confusing as well. Does someone wants to guess what exactly is continue?
Um, if the condition is if the condition meets in uh, the value is matching or equals, then later also it will keep continuing. The loop will keep continuing.
Yes. But it is going to skip that item which you just going to process with the continue. That you missed. You said right that the
Mm.
rest of the code is going to work,
Okay.
but something which where you are putting a continue, that piece is going to skip. So
Okay.
I will show you with an example.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the purpose again. Purpose is to skips the current iteration of the loop and starts the next iteration immediately. Let's remove this message. So it will be having the similar kind of code which we have written for as well, for break as well. So let's put a for loop int I equal to start. Let's start with 1. You can start with 1, 0, anything, whichever you like. Then a semicolon. I want to take my count till 10, then I plus plus, or you can do opposite as well. Let me show you this so that we can cover up this too. So I did a opposite thing, like I have initialized I equal to 10. I did I is greater than equal to 1, and here you have to write minus minus. So this I am covering just to cover the other way which I was telling na. Okay, there is an increment here and also a decrement process can be done. So when you want to go down to top, then you can go with this approach as well. But you have to take care of the condition too. Okay, so here we are writing greater than. When we are starting from 1 to 10, we are writing less than. So the conditions still remain the same. I want to, let's say, continue with number 5. So I will say I equal to 5. Same way we were doing in break. We use 6 over there. And if I write continue here and just want to print my I value here, let's see what is the result. So if you notice, 5 is missing in the whole list. Between 4 and 6, there is no 5. So whichever value you already know that this is what I don't want to process. So for example, there is a school or a class and one student, maybe any student you can take. So that person left the school. Let's say Rahul left the school. So there are records in different Excels, or maybe there are records in database tables as well. So what you want, you don't want to process, let's say, a fee structure, or let's say you are asking for a fee via or WhatsApp messages to their parents or anything like that. Whatever process you are doing, you don't want to do with a particular student or maybe 3 or 4 students. So those people you can skip, and you don't know where they are been placed. One way is you can manually identify them, control F, find their name, delete them. Other ways you can use a continue statement and you can write a number. In this case, in our case, it will be, which I am giving you an example. Here you are going to write the name. Okay, so when I will be covering arrays, I will show you this as well again with the string data type. Or you can try it by yourself if you like. Okay, this is all about how we see continue. So if you want to skip certain piece of records, and that you can do like this. So let's say I want to 6. If I run this, I equal to 5. All of them ran. So I think there is some issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All
Or
of
instead
them.
of and, if we place or.
Okay, right. I also got confused because both of them cannot be. I mean, a single value cannot be of cannot contain two values. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, thanks who just answered. So this is how you can have multiple as well. Let's say I want to skip Rahul as well as I want to skip Anna, for example. So you can go with this approach. Okay, so we have done it with the for loop. Now we are going to see with the while loop as well. So let's comment this.
Even why do we not use and here? Because and
Because
yeah,
uh, so actually what happened, if I use and, So what it is checking, so it is coming one by one. Okay. So my value is 10 for the first time. So it is checking whether 10 is equal to 5 as well as 6. So it is not possible, right? It can be equal to only one number. It cannot be equal to two numbers. So that is the something I did wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
So either
pipe
of
symbol in the
two,
sense and
sorry,
pipe symbol is there, right? If it is why we are using pipe symbol.
pipe is for or. So we have two types of conditional operators. So these are called as conditional operators. So you must have studied in mathematics. One is your and or. So when I say or, that means either of two is true. Either this condition or this condition. So in my case, when I got and reached to 6, so 6 was like this. 6 actually happened like this. So 6 is equal to 5, false, but 6 is equal to 6, true. So when I am having one condition as true, so that means my both of the condition are fine. So I can go further with this. But if I am trying to compare with both of them, then how can it be possible? So if I write like this, then I'm saying that 6 is equal to 5 and 6 is equal to 6, both of them. So that is not possible. How can 6 be equal to both of them? So that is where you saw that I got all the values in the list.
Okay, pipe symbol in the sense we need to use for and are both operations, right?
Pipe is for or, and is this double ampersand. For or, we are
Okay,
going to use pipe. So
okay,
in this particular use case, I should use this one so that when I get to reach 6, so I can get this 6 equal to 6 and this will become true. And either of two is true, then I'm okay with this condition. So this made me continue, which will skip number 6. So then we are going to decrement again. So the 6 minus 5 is, sorry, 6 minus 1 is 5. Now when you reach to 5, then it became 5 equal to 5, or here also or is the right one. 6 equal to 5. So this one was true. So I'm good and I can continue. I don't have to take care of this. So this is how it is working. So your
why
number is going to start from 10.
it is coming 6? Actually, we are like firstly uh, value is 5 there. 5 is there, right? 5 double equal to 5.
Hmm.
Here we use R, right? Here
Sorry,
we
just a second. 5 equal to 5 and I just wrote opposite, sorry. 6. This is what you are saying, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
I by chance written this opposite. So this is how your condition will look like. So this one is going to true, show you a true statement. So you are good and you can continue number 5. And in this case, your 6 is going to equal to 6. Then again, you can go and continue this. And rest of the piece is going to print. So you're skipping both 5 and 6. And you can do the same thing for multiple as well. So you can use greater than as well. So if you want to skip between 2 and 5, so that also you can do multiples.
Okay, if it is 5 and 6 is there, then the loop will be skip. Huh?
So in this particular case, this is based on my requirement. So I want to skip for both of them. I just want to skip 5 and 6 numbers. So I have to write like this. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Let's try with while loop as well. So I'm having a number 0 again, and I am having a while loop. Num is less than 5, num plus plus, I want to skip number 3. Out of the total 5 values, I'm going to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I don't use this if condition, it will be 0 to 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because when I say 5 is less than 5, this is going to say false. Okay. So I'm incrementing and I'm starting with 1 now because I've just started saying num plus plus. And over here you want to write continue and print your number. So my result is 1, 2, 4, and 5. Why 0 is kept? Because when you started, you just said num plus plus. After that, that condition has been checked. So num plus plus means here num is 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So now it checked whether 1 is equal to 3. The result is false. And this is also, you can see this is saying dead code. Okay. So for num, if it is false, then it will not work and your number is going to be printed. Like you see, for 1 it got printed. Now it became 2. Then again, the same scenario, it is not going to continue because 2 is not equal to 3. Okay, so you can see 2 is being printed. Then your 3 equal to 3 has been checked. As soon as this increment is keep on running, now it's time to say continue. So this got continue and you can see this got dead. Now again your for is equal to 3. Continue will not work. 5 equal to 3. Continue will not work. And also this number is going to be stopped as well. So that is why it is running up to 5. Okay. So at 6, it is going to fail. So let me change it back to number only. So let me show you one example with the string as well. But we have to accept that, let's say we are going to cover arrays. If you don't understand, I will try to make you understand in a way that this is your just a data. So let me show you that. Break with string. Remove this code. So I am actually writing an array of a string. So this you don't have to worry. We are going to cover it separately. So it's just like we have a data set, or maybe we can take this as well. So I'm taking student names and this is how you give the names. Rahul. Okay, so if we are writing like this means these all are basically similar type of data. If you have similar type of data, which are actually student names, so you can put it like this. So we are completely going to cover this piece. As a high level, you can understand that these are the names and this is how we store in Java. How we store it, why we store it, what do we say this? We don't care about it. We will do it later. So this is how I added all my student name. Now I want to do break and continue in this. So same way I did over there with the numbers, I'm going to start over here from for the string. So I equal to 0. I is less than. So in this case, when you are playing with arrays, so you have to use the name of the array. And there is a method called as length. So this will help you to bring the total length of the array. I mean, how many number of names are there in this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how your total number of size of an array will be fetched. And then say 1 I plus plus. So in this for loop itself, we are going to say, so yeah, we don't have to put this method. This is how we have to write. So in the if condition, we are going to say students name So if you're not getting it, don't worry about it. So this I is actually helping us to iterate and provide the numbers to them. So it is going to come with 0 first. So when I say 0, 0 is a index which is being formed when you are talking about the arrays. So on 0th index, Hemant is the value. On 1st index, Mercy is the value. On 2nd index, Rahul is the value, and so on. 3rd index, Anna, and 4th index, Bobby. So usually when you are playing with the array, you have to use this 0 count. You have to start the counting from 0 only because it works in an index prospective way. So you are saying student name on 0th index. So it will keep on running and executing as well. Then a method called as equal, which will help you to compare. And let's say I want to remove Rahul from the list. Or I want to stop at Rahul, for example. As soon as I get Rahul, I'm looking for a Rahul value in the whole set of 1000 record in my Excel. So I can go with this approach. So this will print all the student names till Rahul, and then it is going to break. So as soon as they identify Rahul, they are going to keep on iterating and printing them with the help of this print statement. Run this. Now you can see Hemant and Mercy are only the records which has been printed. As soon as they identified Rahul, they have breaked it from there. It didn't continue. Okay, so this is what we do with break with your for loop. We can do the same thing with the continue as well. So I can copy this with break statement. Let me add one more condition here. Add few more values. So I'm adding few more names so that we can have a big list. Student names I. We are trying to compare it with Rahul, and let's say I want to go with Bobby this time. And if I'm going to use continue, so now you can see your Bobby and Rahul are not there in the list, in the resultant list, and rest of them has been printed till your Krishna. So this way, let's say few of my students left my batch and I don't want to send a message to them, a WhatsApp message. So that way I can use this kind of code.